If hard work alone made you rich, every construction worker would be a millionaire. But of course they're not. This is David. He pulls a grueling 16-hour day and he is wiped out. And this is James. He's going to spend his afternoon on a golf course and make more money by dinner than David will all year. The difference isn't how hard they work. It's the system they're each playing in. And in this video, I'm going to pull back the curtain on the lie we've all been fed about hard work and show you the game the wealthy are actually playing. Now, before we go any further, if you're tired of working hard and still feeling stuck, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. Because this channel isn't about motivation, it's about understanding the game most people don't even realize they're playing. The great deception: we've all been sold a powerful myth. Work hard, stay loyal, don't ask for too much, and one day you'll be rewarded. It's the story we heard from our parents, the mantra of our schools, and the constant drumbeat of society. It feels true because it's simple, and it puts all the responsibility squarely on your shoulders. If you're not wealthy, you just aren't working hard enough. But this is one of the most dangerous financial lies you'll ever believe. It's not just wrong, it's a trap. It's designed to keep you running on a hamster wheel, generating wealth for everyone but yourself. Let's be real for a second. If raw effort was the key to wealth, the richest people on the planet would be single parents juggling 2 jobs, nurses on a 12-hour shift, and farm laborers. They're not, they're exhausted. The uncomfortable truth is that hard work was uncoupled from wealth a long, long time ago. Since the 1970s, worker productivity has absolutely skyrocketed, but wages have stayed almost completely flat. Think about that. People are creating more value than ever in history, but that extra value isn't flowing to them. It's flowing up to executives, to shareholders, and to the owners of the systems people work in. And this didn't happen by accident. The economic system we operate in doesn't reward effort. It rewards control and how replaceable you are. You don't get paid based on how hard you work. You get paid based on how easily someone else could do your job. The person stacking shelves or driving the truck is pouring their life into their job, but their role is seen as highly replaceable. Automation is only speeding this up, with millions of jobs at risk of being displaced by technology. The more repetitive the work, the easier it is to automate or find someone cheaper to do it, and the lower the pay. That's not an insult, it's just economics. Your hard work is treated like a commodity, and the market is flooded. A rigged game. So if hard work is the price of admission, why does it feel like you're running a race on a track that's tilted uphill? Because you are. The game has systemic barriers that your individual effort will likely never overcome on its own. First, you're trapped by math. There are only 24 hours in a day. When your income is tied directly to the hours you put in, you have a hard, physical limit on what you can earn. You can't work 500 hours a week. You can't clone yourself. It's a mathematical trap that ensures a dedicated employee, no matter how hard they work, can never outturn an owner whose income isn't tied to their personal time. The worker sells a day and gets a day's pay. The owner sells 1,000 products while they sleep. Second, the system is structured to favor ownership over labor. Tax policies, deregulation, and the decline of worker bargaining power have all systematically funneled wealth from those who work to those who own. While you're getting taxed on every dollar you earn from your job, wealth generated from assets like stocks and real estate is often taxed at a much lower rate. And financial loopholes allow that wealth to grow exponentially, often untouched. And third, let's not pretend we all start from the same place. Where you're born, the schools you go to, and your family's financial situation create massive advantages or disadvantages that hard work alone can't just erase. The idea that everyone starts at the same line is a comforting fiction. The reality is, some people start the race halfway to the finish line. These forces create a vicious cycle. You work harder to get ahead, but the rising costs of housing, education, and healthcare eat up any gains you make. You feel important at your job, but that dependency isn't leverage, it's a cage. This constant state of survival, what hustle culture calls the grind, is the very thing that steals the time and mental energy you need to think, plan, and build your way out. If this is starting to hit a little too close to home, good, because most people will hear this, nod their head, and go right back to the same cycle tomorrow. Don't be that person. Take 2 seconds, hit subscribe, and stick with me, because in the next part, I'm going to show you the exact shift that separates people who stay stuck from the ones who actually escape this system. So let's continue. The secret weapon. So what's the secret? If hustling harder isn't the answer, what is? It comes down to one fundamental difference: understanding income versus wealth. Income is what you earn, it's temporary. It stops the second you stop working. Wealth is what you own. It's the value of your assets, stocks, businesses, real estate, that can generate income for you even when you're not on the clock. Wealth can be permanent. The lie tells us to focus on our income. The truth is we need to focus on our ownership. This brings us to the most powerful tool the wealthy use: leverage. Leverage is how the wealthy disconnect their time from their money. It's how they multiply their results without multiplying their effort. There are a few kinds, but they all do one thing: get more out than you put in. Our guy David, the laborer, has no leverage. His output is 1-to-1. 1 hour of work gets him 1 hour of pay. James, the investor, is a master of leverage. He uses capital leverage by putting his money into the stock market, where it works for him 24/7. He uses labor leverage by owning a business that employs hundreds of people, leveraging their time to generate profit for him. And he might use intellectual property leverage by creating something once, like a software, a book, or a course, that he can sell an infinite number of times with almost zero extra work. This is the game they're playing. They aren't necessarily working harder. They're working smarter by building and buying assets that work for them. They do the hard work up front to plant the tree, and it gives them fruit for years. The traditional worker just keeps chopping down trees for firewood, day after day. Your new playbook: knowing this is one thing, doing something about it is everything. So how do you shift from being an earner to an owner? It takes a radical change in your mindset and a totally new playbook. First, prioritize owning over earning. Stop asking, how can I earn more? And start asking, how can I own more? This means changing your relationship with money. Instead of getting a raise just to spend more, you get a raise to increase your investment rate. Wealth isn't about looking rich. It's about having the freedom to not have to worry about money. Live below your means, not to punish yourself, but to free up capital to buy assets. Second, track your net worth. Hope is not a strategy. You need a clear goal. Automate your savings so that a piece of every paycheck goes straight into an investment account before you even see it. And don't just track your income, track your net worth, your assets minus your debts. That's your real financial report card. Your goal is to make that number go up month after month. Third, start buying assets, even if it's small. Ownership isn't just for the super rich anymore. You can buy a single share of an index fund and instantly own a tiny piece of hundreds of the world's biggest companies. You can start a small side business online. You can even invest in real estate with just a few dollars through fractional ownership platforms. The key is to start acquiring things that either generate income or grow in value, moving you from being a consumer to a capitalist. If you're ready to stop just trading your time for dollars and start playing the actual game of wealth, to stop being a piece on the board and start being a player, make sure you subscribe. We're here to give you the financial education you never got in school, so you can build a life of real freedom. The idea that hard work alone will make you wealthy isn't just a myth, it's a form of control. It keeps you tired, distracted, and dependent. Now let me be clear, hard work is absolutely essential, it's the fuel, but it is not the engine. The engine is your strategy, your systems, and your ownership. Wealth isn't built by the sweat of your brow alone, but by the assets you acquire and the leverage you command. The path to financial freedom doesn't require you to work harder, it requires you to work smarter. It requires you to stop running faster on the hamster wheel and start figuring out how to own the wheel itself. The choice is yours. You can keep playing a game you're not set up to win, or you can start learning the rules of the game the wealthy have been using all along. Why not start today?